Good morning, student. Today we want to know about mutual inductance due to current carrying coil two long solenoid. Let we have two long solenoid C1 and C. The length of both solenoid is capital L. If the radius of inner solenoid is R1 and outer solenoid is R2. If we flow current inside solenoid is I1 and outer is I2. Number of turns per unit length in inner is N1 and number of turns in outer solenoid is N2. Now we assume that current flow in outer solenoid. Therefore, magnetic flux phi B2 is equal to B2 phi B2 is equal to B2 into pi R1 square, because only we take inside solenoid S1. If total number of turns is N1, then N1 phi 2 is equal to mu naught N2 I 2 bracket pi R1 square into capital N. But number of turns per unit length is N1, then N1 is equal to N1 L. Therefore, N1 phi 2 is equal to mu naught N2 I2 pi R1 square N1 L. But M phi B is equal to Mi implies it N1 phi B2 is equal to M12 I2. Therefore, putting in first M12 I2 is equal to mu naught N2 I2 pi R1 square N1 L. It becomes mutual inductance. Now we flow current inside solenoid C1, which is placed inside C2. Now similarly, we can prove that M21 I1 is equal to mu naught N1 I1 pi R1 square N2 L. Then it is equation second. From equation first and second, we M12 is equal to M21. Therefore, we can say that mutual inductance due to first solenoid is equal to second solenoid. It is the topic of mutual inductance. This topic is very important to the view of board, 12th board. Okay? Yes. Now we start Second, now we start second topic, potential energy inside a solenoid. Because we know power P is equal to dW upon dt is equal to EI. We have E is EMF, but E is equal to L di upon dt implies it more minus E is equal to L di upon dt. Putting in first, dW upon dt is equal to L I di upon dt implies it dW is equal to L I di. Now we integrate both sides. dW is equal to L integrate I di implies it W is equal to U is equal to 1 upon 2 Li square. It is the potential energy inside solenoid. Okay? Now we start next topic, alternative EMF. By the definition of magnetic flux, phi B is equal to BA cos theta, but theta is equal to omega t, where omega is angular velocity. Implies it phi B is equal to BA cos omega t. If there are number of terms and then if total number of terms are n, then n phi b is equal to n b a cos omega t. Now if we integrate, if we differentiate both sides, then d n phi b upon dt is equal to n b a d cos omega t upon dt implies it minus E is equal to n b a omega minus sin omega t. यदि हम इस माइनस से ये माइनस कैंसिल आउट कर दें, देन implies it E is equal to n b a omega sin omega t. For maximum EMF, so E is equal to n b a omega sin omega t. For E maximum sin omega t is equal to 1 implies it E maximum is equal to n b a omega. Implies it E is equal to E maximum sin omega t. It is alternating EMF. That topic finished. Now we explain and solve important examples and NCERT questions in next week.